Hello. Welcome to my what kind of class? Welcome to my reasoning. We all like a reason. Alright? Long time to make a video and just wake up as well. So I made 2 posts last night pertaining to tariffs. That leave it shiny. Tariffs, sorry. Tariffs that took place yesterday by Mr. Man. We all know who that is. So 10% tariff was placed on Jamaican exporters, meaning that products that are made in Jamaica and shipped to the US will face a 10% tariff, meaning that if you bought bread, cheese, Jamaican seasoning, whatever it is, there will be a 10% increase on that for people in America that's purchasing these Jamaican products. So it will now make the products coming from Jamaica that we like, that we're used to, 10% more expensive. So if you can do the maths, then you can run the numbers. As we know, businesses are in it for a profit, so they'll pass that on to us, the consumers that are buying these Jamaican products. Likewise, other countries around the world, some get higher tariffs. Some get lower tariffs. So Jamaica is one of the countries that are on the lower end of this tariff situation. I'm not in agreement with tariffs. It makes no sense. It just put pressure on the already pressured people that buy products that are already cheap. It will, get more expensive. No, everybody wants to afford something, and bartering, trade, all of that is important. So yeah, so this is video number 2. So free trade is good, tariff is bad. Free trade agreements are good, tariffs are bad. When you're in a free trade agreement, it simply means that whatever we're trading, each country is trading, it move amongst the country without taxes and fees and all that stuff. It makes the goods that both countries are exchanging cheaper for the consumer. So that's why you have free trade agreement with Canada, America, and Mexico, because they're landlocked. So the movement of goods and service and people are much easier. That's why you have CARICOM. That's why you have the European Union. That's why you have the Asian free trade agreement. So countries in your close proximity, it is easier to get these products to them, and it's much better if you have a free trade agreement, meaning that these products won't get taxed, and you can maneuver, you can protect certain products like agriculture, like that what Canada do with the dairy market. They kind of protect the dairy market because they have their supply and demand locked in, so they don't really need to import much. So free trade is good, tariff is bad. No, the reason I'm making this video, somebody commented on my post on WhatsApp, and they're a Trump supporter. Let me get it out. Trump supporter, Trump loving supporter at that. Anything Trump does is okay for them. The economy is great for them. But yeah, when they comment stuff and it's ignorant, it riles me up and it gets on my nerves. And I'm going to post this to just explain some things pertaining to that comment and just try to educate and just share knowledge. The little I know, I'm not the brightest in the world. I call myself a dunce. I don't know it all, but the little that I do makes sense to many. So if what I'm about to say makes sense to you, then take it and do what you wish with it. About to proceed. Alright, so I posted the response to my post that I made on WhatsApp last night or early this morning before I went to bed. So the person write, that's right, maybe Jamaica should do the same and put some tariff and stop allowing stuff from America and allowing Shein and Amazon to take over our local markets at home, right? Lock that in your brain, read it, right? Let's focus in. Then the next reply is people need to get it through their head. Trump is for Americans, not the rest of the world. We'll talk about that as we digress. So again, that's right. Maybe Jamaica should do the same and put some tariff and stop allowing stuff from America. First of all, tariff is a tax on the people. This is the 9th year in the Jamaican budget that we have no new taxes. Again, labor rights, no new taxes. Tariff is a tax on the people. Jamaica is dependent on import for various reasons. We're going to get into that. It is very important to understand where you are, what you can do, and how to do it. These things are very important, and I have the topics broken down to go in depth and explain this so people can understand. And for this person that comment can understand as well. You know yourself. So we're going to get into the local markets. We're going to get into the Amazon shops and all that stuff in the next clip. So get your popcorn and stuff and get ready. All right, so when we talk about our local market, as the person stated, Jamaica doesn't really have a local market unless you're talking about produce. If you're talking about e-commerce, if you're talking about like goods like toys, tools, we don't really have a market per se. Majority of the stuff that we use come from China, comes from America for various reasons. One, it is cheaper because there's always a surplus in China. So if China is selling nails, they're going to sell nails by the ton. When it reaches Jamaica, nails are going to be inexpensive. Tie straps, these are goods made from petroleum, which is gas and oil. The byproducts of petroleum are plastic. So things like plastic, cups, spoons, the plastic bags that we have. So a lot of stuff that we don't really pay attention to where it comes from actually comes from somewhere else outside of Jamaica. So Jamaica doesn't really have a local market. Shein is a Chinese company. Amazon is an American company, but majority of the goods that are on Amazon comes from China itself. So Amazon and their wholesalers or whoever import these same goods from China. So the first point about Jamaica local market, that's nonsensical. It makes no sense because majority of the world doesn't have a local manufacturing market where you manufacture these small items like a pen. Most of these things are made in China because they have the materials, they have large supplies, they have the factories. They can make a pen for 10 cents. If this pen was to be made in Jamaica, this pen would cost $1 to make. Then they'll sell it back for $2 to $3. The whole works. It's economics. It's you should have learned this in high school. If you never learned in high school, you can go up on YouTube go learn it. Jamaica don't have a local manufacturing market, so that does not make no sense right there. So, and just to make it make sense, if America is trying to take on Shein, Temu, TikTok, and they're using Amazon as their only soldier standing up on the front line, and they're losing against these Chinese company, where Jamaica go? We expect Jamaica. We like name the factories them. Name the factories that make plastic plates. Name the factory that make plastic water bottle. Name the factory them will make blender, stove, you name it. You name it. It make that's why you trade. You trade what you have with people that don't have it. So if countries don't have a certain item and they need, you trade with them for what you want. It's like barter system. People used to trade rice for goat. People used to trade peas for piece of turkey. And them used to just trade £5 of that for £5 of that. You understand? This doesn't make, it does not make sense. We cannot. It's not that we cannot, we just don't have the capacity. We don't have the resources to take on China. Little Jamaica don't have the abundance of raw material. We don't have petroleum to make these products. It's going to be greatly expensive to take on these things. To take on these big giants and be independent. It is just not feasible. Jamaica would go bankrupt. No investors would, in their right mind, would invest in a factory that makes these products to take on China. It has to be a niche product for them to even attempt to take on them. So whenever you're starting and this goes to other countries as well, whenever you're starting or building a factory, there are certain things that you have to factor in. Research and development is one. Skill training and existing skills. You have to scout in that country or your home country to say, all right, do we have skills person that can build cars? Do we have skilled persons, engineers that can build stove, washing machine? Can these people design new products? How are we going to get the patents? Or do we have the money to pay for the patents to basically build a laptop, to build a computer? Since each country should be independent and not trade and be self-sufficient, just like this person stating, America needs to, do all of that for themselves. It all comes down to raw materials. You need to refine the materials. You need to build the factories. That takes time. Building car factories in America takes anywhere from 3 to 5 years to build one factory. So if you put tariffs on them now, the imported cars, the price will go up. How are you going to build a factory if the price of your car goes up? Where's the capital coming from if you're not even making enough money from the car sales already, because the competition is so stiff out there that you can't even break even with your inventory that you have. So that's another chaos in itself. You have to look at the cost of energy. Jamaica is out of the picture when it comes on to operating costs. Cost of energy in Jamaica is crazy. We don't have oil and gas, so it's going to cost us more to produce and manufacture. Most of the producers and manufacturers in Jamaica already are using liquefied natural gas, or they're using solar. They're using different technologies, especially the Westinco group and those guys, using different technology to produce energy to lower their energy costs. The cost of electricity, the cost of energy in Jamaica is too high. We don't have nuclear power that is very consistent and cheap. Our grid is 30% solar. By the next 3 years, it's going to be 50% solar, because JPS is shutting down their oil producing, not refinery, but your oil producing generation to generate electricity. They're going to transition from oil producing generators to solar. So they're going to produce energy using solar. So all these things have to be factored in, and thus the cost of your products overall. So it's a whole set of stuff that you have to look at when talking about manufacturing and building things at home. Alright, I think this will be the last thing I make. I'm just gonna make an entire video and put it on my YouTube channel. I haven't posted in a while. I'm going to make an entire video and put it on YouTube. Hopefully. Hopefully. But at the end of the day, people, what I'm trying to say is that tariff is bad. Tariff is bad. It costs a lot to produce. If it was something easy, every country would be producing their own stuff. But it's not easy. This is why they trade. We trade with people in the Caribbean. This is Jamaica. We trade with people in the Caribbean. We trade with the US. We trade with China. because the cost at which you're getting these goods is much cheaper. Just imagine you're telling Jamaican people, oh, don't import rice into Jamaica, produce your own rice. Do you understand the amount of water and wetland it takes to produce rice? It's massive amount of water needed to produce rice. And to produce rice on a large scale, you would need a lot of wetland to produce rice on a large scale. And that is just a food, this is just a food product. It's a staple that we all eat and enjoy, whether it be basmati rice, brown rice. You get what I'm saying? So even something as simple as rice, some country do not have wetlands to produce rice, so they have to import rice. So you're going to look on somebody, oh, no, 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 you must make your own rice. It doesn't work like that. Look at beef. Majority of the corned beef and beef that we eat comes from Brazil because they have the market. They have cornered the market. They have the manufacturing capacity to export canned beef. Most of the corned beef, the grace corned beef and that are Brazil, Paraguay, Chile, South America your beef come from. The beef in the can we eat, the beef on the shelf in America, are Brazil. A Brazil them beef they come from, if you can understand me. Alright? So, cost of energy, the cost of the products, sourcing the raw material, research and development, trying to break the world, trying to be so independent, it doesn't work. Look at the map. We're interconnected. You see the world? We're interconnected. We should all be trading amongst each other, making goods and services cheaper for the people, we the people. So if you're supporting tariff, you're ignorant. You are not smart. If you don't understand the concept of tariff, you're a dunce, point blank. It's dunce. It's so easy to understand. Yes, some things are complex. Yes, you might not be interested in that. But open a book, go on YouTube, understand how things work. You have documentary that teach you about these things, that break down the cost for you. That there's things that are going on in Jamaica right now. Why you think there's so much development going on in Jamaica? Why you think there's so much apartment? Because it's easier to build an apartment than build a factory. There's higher returns on your money when you build a apartment or housing, because people need somewhere to live. These are essential items. It's easier for investors to come and spend $1 billion and build a high-rise apartment compared to building a factory. Then he has to compete with the world. Building an apartment, he just need to fill the apartment. He needs people to fill the apartment. And does the Jamaica have people that need places? Yes. But Jamaica build a factory now and they're selling beef. Who are they going to export the beef to? At what cost? Can they export and beat Brazil? Can they? You understand what I'm saying? We have to look at things. We have to look at things in depth. You can't just be done. You can't just go in the world and be dunce. Being dunce not take you far. You sound ignorant. You sound ignorant, and then the willful ignorance is what gets me the most. The willful ignorance, it irks me because we're at the age now of technology where you can ask GTP something. You can ask GTP or DeepSeek about. Just ask them anything and read. Just will I reason with the AI then? Will I reason with AI since other people are done saying I believe? Will I reason with AI? Not too dunce. Too much dunce step on the internet. Too dunce.